USA Army versus Russian Army. Two of the most powerful armies on Earth, standing on opposite sides of global military dominance. One dominates the skies with unmatched technology, precision weapons, and global reach. The other relies on numbers, raw firepower, and battlefield toughness developed over decades. In a direct clash, armored giants roll forward, 20, Abrams versus T-90s. In the skies, air power becomes the deciding factor. Klujum, speed, stealth, and firepower. On the ground, artillery shapes the battlefield claw, where every blast redraws the map. But in the end, wars are decided by the people who fight them. Trained, determined, and fearless. And if these giants ever faced each other, who would win? The answer is never simple, Koi, and never without consequences. Soldiers and manpower. Two armies, both giants in manpower, but built with completely different philosophies. The United States Army fields around 1.3 million active and reserve soldiers trained, disciplined, and backed by world-class technology. Russia brings fear numbers, and over 2 million active and reserve troops, getting it a significant manpower advantage. American soldiers undergo some of the most rigorous and technologically enhanced training programs in the world. Russian troops are built for harsh conditions, trained to fight in freezing winters, deep forests, and rugged battlefields. The U.S. military excels in coordination. Every move calculated, every squad connected through advanced communication systems. Russia holds the advantage when it comes to rapid mass mobilization. People are deploying large troop numbers quickly. Quantity versus quality. Numbers versus precision. Each army brings its own strengths to the battlefield. But no matter the technology or numbers tells, it's the soldiers who stand on the front line that define victory. In a real conflict, training, resilience, and sheer willpower would decide the fate of both armies. Weapons and infantry gear, passengers. American soldiers rely on advanced rifles, cutting-edge optics, and next-generation communication gear, while the U.S. Army's weapons are designed for accuracy, stability, and precision at long range. Russian weapons are built to survive mud, snow, and extreme conditions. Rugged, simple, and brutally effective. American soldiers use some of the most advanced night vision and thermal systems in the world. Russian infantry gear is heavier, built to last, and designed for maximum durability in long campaigns. While America uses real-time battlefield communication, Russia focuses on simplicity, reliability, and raw firepower. Both armies train for speed culture, fast reloads, high-pressure combat drills, and relentless firepower. The U.S. emphasizes precision, Russia emphasizes endurance. Two philosophies, one purpose sound, battlefield dominance. Tanks and ground vehicles. The battlefield becomes a war of steel, where tanks decide the fate of armies. The U.S. Army's M1 Abrams is one of the most advanced tanks ever built, your own, fast, heavily armored, and deadly accurate. Russia counters with thousands of tanks like the T-90 and T-72, relying on speed, quantity, and overwhelming force. The Abrams is protected by some of the strongest armor in the world, designed to survive modern anti-tank weapons. Russian tanks are minor, simpler, and built to move quickly across all terrains, from frozen lakes to muddy battlescenes. In a real conflict, these tanks would fight in completely different environments. Watch, desert heat versus freezing snow. One Abrams tank may outperform a single Russian tank platoon, but Russia has far more tanks to the globe. In a showdown of power versus numbers, the real winner depends on the battlefield, open desert, or frozen tundra. Air power. Air superiority is where the United States truly dominates. With the F-22 Raptor, one of the most advanced stealth fighters ever built, the U.S. owns the invisible battlefield. The F-35 brings unmatched situational awareness, seeing the enemy long before being seen. Advanced drones give the U.S. eyes, ears, and firepower anywhere on the planet. Russia counters with powerful jets like the Su-35 and the Su-57, fast, agile, and heavily armed. But the U.S. advantage in stealth makes dark lights one-sided, seeing the enemy first, striking first. American air bases across the world allow rapid deployment, from Europe to the Middle East to the Pacific. In the skies, the United States holds a decisive advantage: stealth, technology, and global reach. Missiles and technology. In modern warfare, missiles and technology decide who strikes first, then, and who survives. Russia is famous for its hypersonic missiles, weapons designed to travel faster than anything on the battlefield. Long-range rocket systems like the S-400 and Iskander give Russia massive strike capability. The United States focuses on smart weapons guided by satellites, AI targeting, and precision strike technology. Satellite networks give the U.S. unmatched battlefield awareness, seeing everything, everywhere, all the time. The future of war is digital, where cyber attacks can shut down cities, missiles, and entire armies. Russia hits hard, but the U.S. hits smarter using precision instead of mass. In a real conflict, technology not just firepower will shape the battlefield. Global power and allies. On the global stage, alliances decide the balance of power. The U.S. Army is supported by NATO, but one of the strongest military alliances in history. From Europe to Asia, American allies add power, technology, and strategic depth. But the United States maintains hundreds of bases across the planet, ready to deploy within hours. American forces can move anywhere, faster than any other military on Earth. Russia remains powerful to main, but its influence is regional, not global. Where America can rely on dozens of allies, Russia scans with far fewer. In modern warfare, global partnerships matter and here, the United States holds a massive advantage. Final verdict. If the war is technology-based and global, the United States has the advantage. If the war is long, regional, and fought on the ground, Russia becomes extremely dangerous. Two different strengths, two different strategies, each deadly in its own way. But a direct war between these giants would never stay small, and never stay contained. This would not be a regional conflict. It would shake the entire world. In such a war, there are no winners, only survivors. And the cost would be paid by the entire planet. A war like this must never happen.